from my younger days, my lecturers, my college friends, my teachers, my families and all, everybody would have thought, that I would be a leader and I will make a good leader. In fact, my first choice that I decided to also, I wanted to actually contest in Putrajaya. You see, I knew it's a totally Bumiputra area, but then you see, because at that time I thought the election commission is going to have a 1 week campaign period. So if it is a 1 week campaign period, how are we going to be able to cover the entire district, to actually win, to canvass for vote? So I told myself, Putrajaya was the only urban state with 8,000 voters, but now lately I heard it's 15,000 already. So with that in mind, I told myself, since it's only 10 days only, I might as well, 7 days, 1 week only, so I might as well go and contest in Putrajaya. So but then after that, when I heard it's like 2 weeks, then I told myself, because going to that area
is... Why Kelana Jaya? I mean, if you are staying in Bukit why Kelana Jaya?
The reason here is because I saw the last election that Loh Guabun won on the basis that, the one case only, the Lingam case, and he shot into stardom. So I'm going on the basis because of that. I believe that the residents here, they are affluent, as I said, they are knowledgeable, and they are fearless. So based on that, the people here are able to best put a very good candidate up, so that at least somebody will be the voice for Malaysia. Because there is too much of corruption, too much of nepotism, and too much of everything that is happening. Until now, our national debt has grown and ballooned to a level that we are talking about something like 750 billion. And that is known debts, But what about those that they guarantee? And then they are talking about it could easily be 1.5 trillion. A very good article in the Malaysian Insider recently was that a group of doctors. When I say doctors, they are not medical doctors. They are those with doctorate degree. They actually, I think they have done the nation a favor. They have done the nation a great favor when they put up a complete list of what are the ills, of the country, that they have actually asked both Pakatan as well as Barisan leaders, instead of all the rhetorics that they are talking about, why not you come forward with good answers and good solutions to all this, which they say they were representing. Immediately when I saw this article, I read it, I can tell you I was so touched that I immediately commented and put it on my Facebook, and you can see the comments that I made. But all this, because I need to come up with my my printed stuff, my designers are all now putting everything in place so that I'll get it printed out, and this is my only tool that I have to go around the whole of the Kelana Jaya of the 101,000 voters to distribute, to tell them.
So I want to ask you this question, this question, like you're talking about independence, a lot of people, I mean the joke is always like, they're going to lose their deposits.
Yes.
Is that like, do you think about that when you...
Well, you see, when I decided to go into the election, I went in with full confidence. I told myself, if the Malaysian public is all along talking about that they are in support of what we call justice, and that is if that is what they want, if they want freedom, they want justice, and they want a clean, transparent, and a government. If they want to walk the talk, as I said, then they must put candidates in where they are sincerely and passionate enough to lead the country. I would like to illustrate on the basis that look at both the coalition. All right, they are leaders whereby they have what you call they are all crossovers anyway, and then they have to toe party lines. Because they have to toe party lines, they are actually filling a lot of candidates where they have been filling up the parliament, where they are people who are actually not well versed, and they are not having that sort of corporate, I wouldn't say corporate, I'm talking about that sort of experience, enough to actually represent us in parliament. Now, what's the purpose of the election after every 5 years? To me, an election is just that the people say we would like the government to come and renew the mandate. When we say we want the government to come and renew the mandate, we want it to be done in a very open, transparent manner. There is no need for them to cut short, the election their mandate. Because to me, we should fix. If 5 years is to be given to the present government to run, then they take their whole entire 5 years, so that the whole business community, the whole private community, all knows that we will have election fixed, and it is not to be at the whims and fancies of the ruling party at their own disposal, where it is they would take advantage of it. It is not for that purpose. You see? So what I'm trying to say that if election after 5 years is being fixed, then it is for the Malaysians to like celebrate. It's a celebration that 5 years have passed and the present government have completed their service. It's for us to thank them for their service, and then it's for us then to decide to bring in the next government. So it's just like a welcoming, a farewell to the outgoing MPs and the welcoming of the new MPs. So if we can practice this, then it will be fantastic.
For the people rather than for us waiting and waiting, don't know when
the election. So and we can actually have the election conducted earlier, completed, and then installed at the date when the expiry of the present. So then everything is certain. So when it is certain, the whole business environment. You see, now I'm hearing that even the business environment people are not investing. They are all having a wait and see attitude, and some of them may pull off the funds, and some of them may. In fact, it was a very, very what I call uncalled statement, by the Prime Minister when he said that if he were to lose the election, the market will collapse.
So you don't think that there's no one person is important enough to
because what?
By the people for
That's
the people.
right. Because to me, that's what I'm trying to say is that we should have a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. If we can install such people in, where they are there to set up a system for us, and the system will stay, the people come and go, and that is what I'm fighting for. That is the real mission that I am putting in so much of effort right now, that I've decided to use whatever financial standing that I have to put in, and I'm asking the Malaysian public to give me this opportunity. Okay? And I would like to stress further on what Najib has said, and for me, for him to have said that statement, I think it was very, irresponsible. Because as a Prime Minister, you are supposed to give confidence to the economy. And the economy is not that it is just overnight being set up in. It is it's because of the trust that the foreigners, investors have, the locals have. That's why the market is what it is today. So for him to make that statement, meaning to say that, can we say that the market is manipulated? Can we say that it is syndicated? If we are saying that's the case, then who are the people behind this to bring down the market? The supporters of Barisan Nation? Are they going to pull out? Because they're going to pull out for a purpose. They're going to pull out for a reason. So if they were to pull out, I'm not perturbed at all, because these are not the funds that we want. Because these are the funds that is causing all the, I would say, the ills, causing all the ills to the country, that we are now having such a big debt. And actually they have misused the EPF funds. You can go to my blog. I have actually one article which I've written way before the election, and I was totally in support, of the EPF fund. But I have actually justified it by saying that it should not be misused by the government of the day. And I was given to understand that they are actually right now having our EPF funds, half of 200 billion is actually being used to fund the government. And then they were saying that if they have to trim, if they could have a haircut, they said because of the insolvency of the government, then imagine what will happen to the masses. You see, what will happen to the masses? You see, So it's because of that. I always tell myself, if the EPF fund cannot be, they were just putting it on the news that they're going to declare one of the best dividends for the EPF holders. To me, that is a disgrace. 6%, 6.5% is not great, because I can tell you the other day, I just happened to meet the residents of Kelana Jaya. I was at Desa Ria. I met a senior retired man. He says that he was actually a member of one of the, he was a member of this, what do you call that, this corporacy, all right? And he just told me, you know, that you see, he himself said, and he was so well learned, and he said, 6% is a shame because I'm getting 10% from my corporacy. And you can imagine when we talk about EPF having what we are saying, 500 billion funds, and they are supposed to be professionally run, and they cannot afford to give us anything more than 6.5%. No, when actually you look at the Tabung what called the Tentera funds that we have, you look at PNB and all those, they are talking about more than 10%, and they are talking about plus bonus issues somewhere. You see? So I am in. That's why I said I have put in there my suggestion that if the authorities are really serious enough, that they are really after all interested in protecting the workers, to enrich them before they are at the point of retirement, then we should actually award them with projects like, you know, anything that got to do with masses. Any project that involves the mass, that will touch the masses, like housing, like infrastructures that we're talking about, the roads, you know, and all those. We should actually, if EPF is able and capable of picking it up, then we should pass such projects. And you're talking about the pink forms that we're talking about, you know, that is given to the special allocation given to that they are talking about every time when the company go listed. Why can't all these 30% that they are talking about that is to be what was specially allocated, why can't they give it to EPF? Because to me, EPF is the best body to represent Malaysia. Because all loyal citizens who are paying tax and who are working, they are the contributor of EPF. So if you want to actually help the workers to enrich them at a point of retirement that they have enough to go for retirement, then if you were to give this 30% of the special allocation of these public listed companies shares to them, which I think the risk is low, I'm sure the EPF has all the funds to pick it up. And then when all these dividends that is earned, the bonuses that is earned, the appreciation, the price that is earned, all this money, if you distribute to EPF will be able to distribute to its members, then it will be a very equitable distribution.
Sounds
right? Very logical. And looking at the gaming licenses, we know it's sure money. Why can't you give it to EPF? So that they can professionally run it. You see? And then, you see, because, okay, we go on the basis that gaming is something that people cannot, society likes. It's one of the leisure that people like. So assuming that we can't break this, because if you do this, then people will go underground. So on the basis if you legalize this, then which is the best body to run this? To me, that's what I said. I'm saying about projects that affects masses. We're talking about utility. Why give it to Shabas? You see, we talk about hospitals. Why privatize it? Assuming if you were to privatize it, I will go on the basis that we should do this all for society, whereby it should be run by bodies like this.
Okay, let's not get into much of that. Let me get a bit of your background. You see that you stay in Bukit Jelutong for the past how long?
I'm in Bukit Jelutong since I got married, so my child is 8, so I'm around 10 years down there. Yeah.
So 2 kids, 2 sons, both sons.
Yeah, okay. I'm lucky on the basis.
One is number 2.
One 8 years old, and one is his name is Zihao. Zikuan, Quan, Zi, Quan. Quan. And one is Zihao. Ihao. He's 5 years old.
I need to get your
my wife, Phan, Cantu.
30. Sorry?
30.
30. And yourself, you are?
I'm 54.
54, okay. So, where were you from again?
I'm born and bred in Kuala Lumpur. I'm from the poor town of Sentul, Pasar.
Oh.
Yeah. I grew up with a lot of mixed friends. I Malays. I studied in national school.
Okay.
Those days we were in the colonial time. So my parents have